So this stream, I decided about 20 minutes ago that I'm going to show games that I beat Grandmasters a long time ago. And I selected 9 games out of the games I could have selected. And we're going to go over each one. These games were played typically 30 years ago. Some of them might be more recent, but not much more recent. This is like back in the day with Ben, except I'm beating up on GMs. Sometimes the same GM. And so forth. Let's see. So I want to do a marker. I'm not going to be on Chess TV, so we're not going to have any viewers. But it'll be content for the... Come on. Don't go so slow. You're a computer. Go faster. Marker game 1. Oh, Tensor Extension did it. Thanks, Tensor. You showed me. Okay, so these are games I beat Grandmasters. First game we're going to look at was played in Chicago in 1994 in an international tournament where I beat Nick Firmian. I had a good tournament. I tied for second. I lost to Tony Miles, and he won the tournament, and then I didn't lose any other games, and I tied for second, I believe, if I remember correctly. This is one of my favorite games. The game I won against Nick. The other game I won against Nick is also one of my favorite games. I think I like this one better. Is Dr. Bassem Amin a super GM? I don't know. He was a super GM. I don't know if he is now. He's better than the average GM, that's for sure. I'm not sure what kind of doctor he is. But... Okay, so we played a Nimzo Indian. Now let me turn the sound on so I can hear the moves. I always play Queen C2. Let's see which one is on, and I don't know. This one is okay. Okay, and then he castled, which is good. And I played Knight F3, which is the move I usually play. Typically, black plays either D5 or C5 here, or even C4. God damn. Attacking the center. The move that he made, I would consider a tiny mistake. B6. And I played E4. That's how you punish B6. And in this position, he made another mistake. He should play C5, which is interesting. But he played Bishop E7. After Bishop D3, black's position already isn't very good. However, more importantly than beating Nick Firmian or showing me my game with him, many, many years ago, Michigan FIDE master, who, like Amin, is also a medical doctor, a friend of mine, he used to give chess players nicknames. So there was a guy in Michigan whose name was Fred. His last name doesn't matter. And he would call him Freddy Fish Cakes for no reason, just it's funny. And he had the best nickname for Nick Firmian. He called him Dick Spermian. So make sure you tell your kids that. Do you still teach in Roswell? I teach on the internets. I mean, I'm in Roswell when I'm teaching on the internets. Okay, so my opponent played bishop takes c3, doubling my pawns. I can't take with the queen because my e-pawn is attacked twice. So I take with the pawn. And he played knight e8, which is very passive. Let's see, what happened? Member for 22 months. How would you feel about a Dubov lecture? I would feel okay. Although Dubov recently said that Naroditsky's a cheater. I don't know. Show games that Dubov lost. Okay, so I played h4. I was feeling especially confident this day and played aggressively. Queen e7, e5, threatening h-pawn. Played f5, which the engine agrees with. I took en passant because I knew the en passant rule. And here the engine says he should play knight takes f6. He took with the G pawn. Okay, and I played bishop h6. And the engine says that white's already winning, has a winning score, 1.7. Rook f7. And then I played the hyper-aggressive rook h3, which is the right move. And he played knight c6, which is another mistake. Yeah. Okay. So when I played this game, I was working with Gregory Kaidanov as my coach as part of the Sanford Fellowship. And I remember when I showed him this game, he was like trying to guess the moves I made before I showed him. And the next like 5 moves, he was like, rook g3 check. And I was like, no, I like his king on g8. I like it's on the open file. So here I played a really nice move that Kaidanov didn't consider, and he was very impressed. And the engine says it's the best move. So let's see if you guys can guess what white did in this position. You can guess on YouTube or on Twitch, or both. Rook check is a good answer. Excellent answer. I mean, if you're being funny, it's a good answer. Hey, the guy whose name is Anexi Dro, Dan Stria. Yeah, that is what I played, although it doesn't get a question mark. King B1 would also be good, but I played King F1, which is the best move, because I want my rook to go to E1 on the half-open file. Okay, he played knight D6, and I did play rook E1, and he played bishop A6, attacking my C pawn. Okay, now this game was played a long time ago when I was younger, so I was good at calculating. So I played D5, attacking his knight. He can't take on D5 because his queen's hanging. So he played knight A5. Then I calculated a very long variation, which seems to be good for white, although just letting him take my pawn is also good for white. So everything's good for white. I played DE, DE, and I didn't need, there was no reason for this to be called ED, because this game was played 30 years ago. So there was no ED. It was just DE then. Okay, and probably like 2% of you got that joke. Maybe 3%. If you didn't get that joke, you're the majority, so that's fine. Okay. Haha, I'm the new style. It's the new style, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And when I'm on the mic, the suckers run. Down with Mike D and you ain't. Got more rhymes than Picasso got paint. I'm not surprised you're on Mike D. Beastie. Oh yeah, that's me. What year is this game? 1994. Okay. So now I calculated a long variation, although the engine doesn't play it. Probably I'm better than today's engine because this was a long time ago. I played knight d4. He played e5, which the engine gives. And then I played c5. And when I played de and knight d4 and c5, I had calculated bishop d3, queen d3, bc, knife f5, queen f5, and I thought this was good for me. And the engine says I'm +1, but before all of these operations, it said I was +2. So it doesn't like what I did, but it really likes my position. Okay, he played knight c6, which is fine. I played rook e4, still +1. He played knight d8. Engine says he should play king h8 instead. Yay, Chess Lions is raiding with a party of 5. What about the Chess Tigers? Go Chess Lions. Who would have won if Fischer played Karpov in 1975? Probably Fischer. But I don't know, because who knows? Okay, and now I played Rook A4, because I want to play Rook A6. He played King H8, which is the engine move. Then I played the engine move, Rook D3. And he played C6, which is not the engine move. It says that's terrible. Okay, now, no matter how good you are, Mr. New Style, this one's going to be tough for you. Unless you've already seen the game or you're using an engine, then okay, I got you. Then you can solve it. Here I played the best move, and this is one of the top 10 moves I'm most proud of in my life, is the move I played here. And the engine says it's way better than other moves. That's one of the reasons I'm proud of it. I've said this before on stream, and I'll say it again. I used to be good. Like, if Magnus played this, they would be like, oh, Magnus is the greatest player ever, and nobody else would play this move, and so forth. Yeah, I'm analyzing games in my life that I've beaten grandmasters. So we have to go back a long time. This game was played 30 years ago. Yeah, this move is top 10 of me being impressed with myself. C4 is explosive. It is. Where's that guy who claimed he was 2,500? Where's his answer? Oh, snap. Yeah, like if I was coaching Magnus, which sounds funny, this is how I would coach him. I would look at all the games I've ever played. I would find 10 positions where something ingenious did happen or could have happened, and then I would let him analyze it on his own and see if he could come up with it. And in like a 40-year chess career, I only have about 10 positions that are like at Magnus's level. So this is one of them. Anybody? All right, your answers are all shallow and pedantic. Okay, so here's why I played the move that I played. Okay, the answer is the best move by far is King G1. And the reason I played King G1 is the following. I thought my opponent would play Knight E6 because my opponent wants to play Knight E6. Then I would play Rook A6. Attacking his pawn. Then I thought he would play Queen B7, attacking my rook. Then I take his knight, he takes my rook, I take his rook, he takes my rook with check, and then he plays Queen G6 and he's winning. But if he doesn't take my rook with check, I have mate in 1. So that's why I play King G1, so that when I play Rook A6, Queen B7, if his knight's on E6, I'm winning. Also, my king's better on G1. And in fact, in this position, the engine does give Knight E6, and that's what he played. The king's better on G1 anyway, because if he plays like Rook B8, Rook B1, I want to play King H2, not King E2. Okay, so he played Knight E6, I played Rook A6. Now, the engine says the best move is Knight D8. That's a tough move to make once you've just played Knight E6. So he played C4, which is explosive. And I played Rook to D2, which for reasons I don't understand is much better than Rook D1. Okay. Oh, I know why it's better than Rook D1. I probably knew during the game too, but I'm not good now. I was good then. If he plays Rook D8, in this position, I can play Queen takes E6. And if my rook is on D1, then I cannot play queen takes e6. So I guess that's why I played rook d2 to stop rook d8. 200 bits. Always play king g1. That's right. If you choose the best game you've played, what would you choose? I don't know. This is top 15. Okay, he played queen e8, and I have a story to tell you. Even though this is 30 years ago, I clearly remember he played queen e8. His hand was still on the queen, and then he put it back on e7, and then he's like, well, I got to play queen e8 if I move my queen. But he realized when he played queen e8 before he let go that it wasn't a good move. Now, luckily for him, the engine says I'm up 2.36. So if he plays perfectly, he's still lost. The best move is knight g7. And the reason queen e8 is a mistake, it defends c6, but now I have rook d6, which I didn't have before. Now it says I'm +3. And now material's equal, but my king is safer, my queen is better, my rooks are better, and f6 and c4 are quite weak. So completely winning for white. He played queen f8. I put it in h. Rook b8. I put it in h again. King g8's the best move. Then I'm +4.22. Played king h8. Now I'm +6. Okay, now he played for tricks, but he forgot that tricks were for kids. He played rook b1 check. And so the question is, should I play king h2 or should I take the rook? And those are the only two legal moves. So some of you are going to get it right. Thanks, Revolved for subscribing. And thanks, Finegold again. So should I take the rook or should I play king h2? One person says take the rook. One says king h2. One says resign. One says takey take. A lot of interesting answers. Doe48109 subscribed. King h2, then rook c8 at the end. What? Offer draw. Just resign. I don't like queen h6, so take rook. Okay, and then Fire Life gave a good variation. King h2 gives a much better endgame, but after king h2, queen h6, we just trade queens, and white has a very nice endgame. Maybe winning, maybe not. But queen takes just wins immediately, because after rook takes, he can't take my rook because of queen b8 is going to be mate soon. So here he resigned. So I like that game a lot. And I remember when I showed it to Kaidanov, who I was working with, he said that somebody who's 2,500 FIDE cannot play that well. So insinuating I was playing much better than my rating, much better understanding. So obviously, he's just trying to make me confident because he's a good coach. I never tell my students that. I'm like, you're 1,700. No 1,700's ever played that badly. You're the worst. But he told me I played better than I did to like boost my confidence.